Okay, let's now have the characteristics of a researcher. Okay, so kagina qualities of a good researcher. Now, let's have characteristics of a good researcher. Somehow similar man lang sila in approach, pero basta may mga dugang din. Okay. So, characteristics of a researcher. Number 1, intellectual curiosity. Okay. So, hindi lang siya class curious ka lang. Sometimes curious ka sa mga bagay sa palibot mo, but it must be intellectual or logical. Like for example, nakita mo ang imo nga ano siya nga friend nga may upod na da nga as example ang imo nga classmate may upod nga friend niya o na curious ka amigo niya to or things like that. So it's not intellectual. You are curious, but it's not intellectual curiosity. Ang tawag ng intellectual curiosity, you seek first logic. Okay, na-applyan sa isang logic, meaning to say, gina-internalize mong mga bagay-bagay around you. Like for example, ang COVID, nami na siya class na applyan sa intellectual curiosity rather than entertaining the negativities of online learning, ang lain pa nga mga kung ano ang mga news. Rather than doing that, you should go to the positive side. So, ang bala-bala nga, be part of the solution rather than being part of the problem. So this is your time to shine as a researcher. What will you do to solve? Hindi man gina to solve the whole COVID-19, but what will you do to contribute knowledge in finding solution for COVID-19? Okay? So that is your task as a researcher. So when we say intellectual curiosity, the researcher undertakes deep thinking and inquiry of the things, problems, and situations around him. Meaning, you are thinking logically, you are thinking on how to solve a certain problem. Okay? So, hindi lang siya basta nga curious ka, but you are thinking, you are curious, but with deep thinking or intellectual. Okay? Now, number 2, we have prudence. Okay. When we say prudence, the researcher is careful to conduct his study at the right time and at the right place wisely, efficiently, and economically. Meaning to say, you were able to come up with a good title, but less lang imo nga gingasto. And that is very efficient man siya nga solution. Okay? Like, for example, one of our researcher nga pair sila by the name of Nicole Sakin and Randy Molihona. They were able to come up with a very good study. I think that is chitin for ano to ila for mining, something like that. Their study was very practical in the sense that they only spent 5,000 for the study. 5,000 plus mag-conduct ng study sa SSC that is already cheap, or kung less than 5,000 that is already a cheap study. Pero bisan barato ang study mo, kung wise mo nga gin-conduct, kaila to ya they conducted it in DOST lang. Pero they were able to represent Philippines in the International Science and Technology Fair in Pittsburgh, and they were given third grand prize award. So gin-recognize sila, although their study is ng ano lang siya bala, ng for some ano siya, they would think na ano lang siya ng simple. But then, the impact of the study to the environment is very significant. Therefore, nagdaog sila. To tell you honestly, class, ang researches sang Iloilo National High School SPSTE program is, saan tawag man, ginalook forward, especially when we are competing in the national level. It's because we are, kumbaga, ng isa sa mga greatest contenders ang iban nga region. And by that, we are really producing good studies na nag-represent sa Philippines. Damo na actually mga researcher naton na nag-represent sa aton ng school. So, I think I can say that we already have a name. May name ka na nga ginadala sa national platform and international platform. So, amo na nga sometimes, it's a challenge to all of you who will follow their footsteps. Amo na siya. So, who will be the next international researcher from SPSTE program? Okay? So, you will know more of that kung nga ang amugi na siya ang pag-foresee sang research sa SSC. Okay, so that is prudence. Tapuson ta na yaton nga discussion sa niya. Number 4 question, true or false? So you write only true or false. A researcher is prudence if he is careful to conduct his study at the right time and at the right place, wisely, efficiently, and economically. Again, write true if the statement is true and false if not. A researcher is prudence if he is careful to conduct his study at the right time and at the right place, wisely, efficiently, and economically. Okay, so we have here, in addition, healthy criticism. When we say healthy criticism, the researcher is always doubtful as to the truthfulness of the result. Meaning, wala lang siya gasalig sa result niya, pero gina-check niya, kung sa math niya, recheck mo kung sakto ang values ng X. Kung sa research naman niya, gina-verify mo pagid. By that, you are not only, di ba may sa last steps ng scientific method, di ba may verification of result, which means you need to run the result again or the experiment again to know if you really have valid result. And that is healthy criticism. Another one is, ang data nga gather mo, if nakita mo nga daw erroneous siya or ang data, ang graph mo is up, down, hindi siya nga daw similar or pareho, meaning something is wrong with the data or you're safe to say that something is wrong with the result of the study. So it needs to be repeated. Number 4, intellectual honesty. So researcher is honest to collect or gather the data or facts in order to arrive at honest result. Okay, yun siyang pinaka-importante. You should be honest in the collection of the data. What do you mean by honesty? Siyempre, whatever is the result, do not manipulate or do not change the number of the data. Anong namin mo da, ma'am? Later, magkanda ka na sang study mo, there are studies that ang result niya not significant. So, kung not significant, okay lang na siya, class. Because that is your result. Hindi mo na pag-i-change ang mga number para lang makakam up ka with a significant result. Okay? Whatever is the result, it's okay. As long as you've come up with the result of the data. Pero, if ever you want na i-criticize mo nga base may sala to sa data mo and you repeat it again, Okay, so may healthy criticism ka na. So, gin-repeat mo again ang imong result. Then, pag-repeat mo, the same man gyapon ang result, not significant. So, be it. Amo gina ang results ng data mo. You will report your data as if or whatever is the result of your experiment. Okay? Next, number 5, true or false. Write true if the statement is true and false if not. A researcher possesses healthy criticism if he is doubtful as to the truthfulness of the result. Again, a researcher possesses healthy criticism if he is doubtful as to the truthfulness of the result. Okay, next. Let's have number 5, intellectual creativity. A resourceful investigator always creates new researches. So kung creative ka, you're thinking of unique ideas. That is why we are doing research. Research means you are formulating a solution or a title which is unique. Okay? Unique siya, meaning wala ka na balaan sang iban. Okay. So, he enjoys inventing unique, novel, and original. Meaning, pinaka-importante nga tandaan mo. Novel, unique, original researches and considers research as his hobby. Meaning, creative researcher is innovative. Okay, if you are innovative, you are, bata kanina, di ba? Distinguish natin ang innovation and invention. So, kung innovation, you are creating research which is unique, novel, and original. Okay, so being creative means you are innovative. Okay, we have here man's major needs and problems demands research. So it includes how to reduce his burden of work, how to relieve suffering, and how to increase satisfaction in fulfilling his needs, cravings, and aspirations.